What's up, guys? You read the title, you know what's up. So for those of you that don't know, Equals is kind of a mix between Romeo and Juliet and the movie Equilibrium, with like shards of Eternal Sunshine. And Eternal Sunshine is probably my favorite movie, so I'm a little bit biased. So it's set in a futuristic time, World War III happened, there's this kind of colony of people that's still surviving, but it's like a giant emotionless commune. Having feelings is basically treated as like cancer in this movie, essentially. And then you see two characters just break free from that and fall in love with each other. Now, there's a lot of people out there that say that Kristen Stewart can't act, and after seeing this movie, I'm calling bullshit. Nicholas Hoult, no surprise that he's awesome. Now, if you don't like slow movies, this will bug you a little bit because it takes a little while for the story to actually like build up. But the main theme of this movie is subtlety. Emotional, physical subtlety. And how you're able to read people based on very, very, very little things that people do. Because in this day and age, a lot of people are afraid to say exactly what's on their mind in various circumstances. And this movie really shows how gut-wrenching that can be to like hold in your feelings and how fucking annoying it is and how much it hurts over time. But everybody's forced to act a certain way around a certain group of people, like how you don't swear as much in front of your grandparents, or how you're not supposed to bring up politics around certain relatives. That happens to me a lot. This movie is like that, but ramped up to 100. So basically, nobody's ever felt real emotions, really, ever. But the thing about the society is that they're allowed to be a little bit creative, but not too much. Like, Nicholas Holt's job is he's an illustrator for, I don't know, for like history classes or something like that. Maybe the people of this future realize that there has to be a little bit of creativity for humanity to survive, because if you don't have a survival instinct, then why the fuck are you still alive? So maybe that's what it is. Because it's not really explained. There's a little bit of exposition from like the voices from loudspeakers and stuff like that, but it doesn't explain that particular thing, which is not a big deal because it's not like a huge problem in the movie, and it's a really minor detail, which you could very easily explain, but it would have been nice to have like some type of gratification. And the majority of the movie is essentially just following these two people feeling very romantic emotions for the first time. And it's just really reminiscent of those feelings that you get when you first, you know, have a crush on a girl or boy, whatever you're into. And like I said, the body language, every time they give like a close-up to like a lip twitch or like somebody like gnashing their knuckles together or biting their teeth or biting their tongue, the subtleties really come out in this movie, and especially when it comes to like the romantic part of it. And when the two characters start to have emotions, there's a lot of times where somebody's really trying hard not to look somebody in the eye because they don't want them to know that they are feeling, period. A lot of stuff like that. And despite having a really muted color palette, I really like the way the movie looked. It's supposed to be blank and muted and not supposed to elicit emotions. The architecture was very sequential and straightforward. And ultimately it was kind of boring, but it was the right choice. And I don't know if it was the camera angles or what, but the movie looked like it had a budget. Also, probably one of the best things about the movie is the music. And again, it's reminiscent of this emotionless society, but there's tinges of creativity in it. I've been a musician for a long time, so I'm sure not everybody will pick up on this like I did. The music elevates this movie to a whole new level. Because if you imagine this movie without the music, I'd say like a third of it is incredibly boring and it's just close-ups and looking at people. The music really sets the stage for the emotions that the characters are eliciting. Like, it just lifts you off your feet to the point where you feel weightless, but when some of the close-ups happen, it gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and you just feel the severity of emotions that these people are feeling. It was really intense. But if I'm gonna be frank, this movie is a little bit slow, so some people might find it a little bit hard to get into. I personally didn't, but some people get bored easily, and I understand that. And some people might say that this is kind of a story that we've seen before, but just told in a different setting. But I found that shit hella interesting, because I've never seen a movie quite like this before. I'm sure there's probably one or two, maybe 10 that already exist, but I haven't seen it. So me, again, mirroring what happens in the movie as a first-time experience for watching this type of a story in this type of a setting was very heavy for me. Like, I felt things throughout the entire movie. Whenever this comes out on Blu-ray, I am buying it. Without a doubt. One more thing I should mention is this movie is really a good illustration on how relationships begin and how they stay. Because when you first start dating somebody for like the first like 2 or 3 months, like the sparks are there and it's like awesome. And like I said, you feel things. Lots of them. And you're just elevated to this super high emotional level that maybe you've never experienced before. And it just goes down just a little bit to the point where you realize that this is not going to be perfect and this is not going to be easy, but I love this person, so I am going to hold out with this person forever. And one more thing, if you like the first half of this movie, the second half is going to be a little bit harsh. If you don't like the first hour of this movie, the second half might make you like the movie because it twists and turns a little bit, because some things happen where you're just like, oh, alright, I knew that was possible, but I didn't think it was really gonna happen. And it really crescendos at a certain point. So for rating, overall, I love this movie, and I'm giving it a 9.1. I thoroughly love this movie, and the emotions that you feel throughout the movie is so important to me, because I've seen a lot of relationships that lack some of the emotions that they convey in this film. The feelings you get when you see this movie will be very heavy. Like, they will weigh on you, and it will make you think a little bit. And I think this movie is entertaining, despite how slow it is. Alright guys, that's my 2 cents for the day. Hope it was worth it. If you saw this movie, awesome. Drop me a comment. Other than that, if you like the review, just like, comment, subscribe, blah. And I'll catch you guys later.